Well, here we are again. Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you enjoyed your Christmas holiday. We hope you are enjoying your New Year because we are recording this on December 31st. So hopefully it'll be out before the New Year. But nonetheless, we're sick as shit. We had to get this episode out, episode 99, the season finally. And we got our snot rags over here.
I was going to say, excuse my voice.
Yeah, we hope you're not sick as us.
I think everybody is.
Yeah, just the fucking freeze and the constant change of weather.
And there's no medicine at Walmart.
Yes, all this.
It's all gone. Shelves are empty, so yeah.
But we're here for you, people. We are here to bring you some sort of entertainment, whatever entertainment you get out of this. You know, you got all these other podcasters just releasing all the best of episodes because, you know, they don't want to work. So they're making their producers do the work. But guess what? We're here for you.
Yeah.
We're here sick.
That's true.
Recording an episode for you.
Yeah. If that's not dedication, I don't know what is.
Yes, anyway, whatever that means. But today we're going to do a quick little bonus episode, I guess. I guess extra episode. I don't like to say bonus because I guess bonus implies that we're not going to number them. Right. But it is our 99th episode. 99 episodes.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to feel weird when we get to the triples.
When we get to the triple digits
here
pretty soon. But yeah, we just wanted to rank some things of the year.
Yeah, some of our favorite stuff.
So let's start with, what was your movie of the year for the year 2022?
My movie of the year is Don't Worry, Darling.
What?
Don't Worry, Darling.
No, I'm just kidding. That was a good movie.
Florence Pugh. Yeah, it was really good. The story about it, the craziness. It's like one of those movies that like you can't watch it without... You have to go into the movie. I mean, that's how you're supposed to watch all movies, but you have to 100% go into the movie not knowing anything about it, because then that just makes, like, when shit hits the fan so much better. Yeah. It's one of those. Yeah. What about yours?
I mean, there wasn't really a lot of good movies that came out this year, unless you're one of those that are like, oh, Top Gun Maverick. And like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess the movie I would say of the year would be the genre that I really liked this year, and the movie that surprised me the most this year was Prey.
Oh,
that came out earlier in the year. I went into that movie like thinking I was gonna hate it. I went into that movie like expecting to make fun of it.
Yes.
Like here, you know, like how sometimes we watch like the Hallmark movie we're watching over Christmas, just like watching it just to make fun of it.
Yes.
Like there's some movies we do watch just to make fun of. I thought it was gonna be one of those movies, but then that movie turned me around quick.
Yeah.
And it actually turned out to be a badass premise, a badass movie. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Prey.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. The show of the year. What was your show of the year? Now, of course, this could include, you know, a show that came out the new season this year.
Yes. So my show of the year is going to be Euphoria.
Interesting.
Yes. It was obviously... And I was actually late to the party because when everybody was finishing Euphoria this year, I was like, let me start it, because I had never even seen the first season. So to me, I watched the first and second season in 2022. But of course, season 2 was the one that was new this year. So yeah, that's one of those shows that I was just telling you, like, that I wish I could like erase it from my memory and go back and rewatch it again, because it's one of those that you can't just go back and rewatch it because you already know what it's going to be about. Right. But it's just one of those that I wish I could just take it all out and start over, because it was just that good.
Yeah, there's shows that are like nonsense good, where you can just, that's like the type of like The Offices, the, you know, Family Guys, Rick and Morty's, where you can just go back and rewatch it. But then there's some shows that are so good, but in a narrative way where you have to pay attention, that it's super, like Umbrella Academy with me.
Yes.
That's a show that I love, but it's so hard to go back and watch it because it's like you already know what's going to happen. Part of watching it the first time is the suspense and the anticipation of what is going to happen.
And another thing, what it is too with those types of shows is that you have, like how you said, like, you can go back and watch all the episodes of The Office from start to finish because they're that good. But also too, like with Umbrella Academy and Euphoria, there's parts that you've gone back to watch and it's only just like small sections that you remember was like, oh, that was badass, and that was so cool, you know. That's just one of the it's those types of shows, but that's just what makes them so good.
And like, of course, I already mentioned Umbrella Academy. That is my show of the year. Season 3. Again, I just love that show, and you're right, there are parts that I still go back to and watch, but it's just like, man, it's just like part of watching that show is just like the overall not knowing what's gonna happen.
Yes.
And that's what makes it good. But the only thing, if I could say one negative thing about Umbrella Academy, it's like, does every freaking season have to end with a cliffhanger?
That's so
like
true.
Umbrella Academy is that good where I'm still gonna come back next season to see what's going on. You don't have to end every season on a cliffhanger, because then it's like,
well, I think they're gonna stop that because next season is apparently the end.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So yeah, give it a final, closer. Artist of the year.
My artist of the year is gonna be Harry Styles.
Of course. Of course.
Yes, he just
Yeah.
dominated this year.
Oh,
I give
wow.
him so much respect for literally being on tour from beginning of this year to literally the end of this year, to where he literally just had, these past couple of weeks with his family. Like, I just give him so much respect for that. He busted his ass all year. This year, 2022 is his year.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's honestly good.
Mhm.
Of course, my music and my view taste is kind of alternative from like the normal,
Yeah.
types of music you hear.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna give it to the band Ghost. They've been around for a while. I believe since the early 2000s, like 2003 or 2005. I want to say 2006. So they're a Swedish like metal band.
Mhm.
And it's like one of those. They came out with a new album this year, which I started checking out. But the reason why I give it Artist of the Year is because this is one of the ones, like you said, with Euphoria. I came late to the party,
Mm.
like with this band.
Mhm.
So yeah, Ghost is definitely one that I'm gonna be. Got my eye on you.
I got my eye on you, so don't.
So dope. Little Office reference.
Yeah.
Stop
just
that blonde
literally-
woman. She stole my baby.
We just watched that episode the other night and just laughed our ass off for like 5 minutes.
Did you think I stole your baby? What's that? Oh yeah, back then I did. So don't, because I got my eye on you. Low battery. We got to make this episode quick.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, going down the list here, your song of the year.
My song of the year, do not be surprised. I'm going to say As It Was by Harry Styles, because that was just, it took over everything. You hear it in our local Walmart now. I don't know if that's good or
But
not,
yeah, that's what I mean. Once you start hearing a song like that at Walmart,
Okay, I think it's not that it's going down, it's that it's overplayed.
over
Walmart doesn't need it.
Very overplayed.
Yeah, Walmart doesn't need it, but I think it was my song of the year. So
Yeah. Of course, my music taste, I got to give it to two legends of the game, Slipknot and Korn. It was hard between these two because, like I said, two legends of the game, and they both came out with new albums this year. So it's either be the Dying Song by Slipknot or Forgotten by Korn. I'm gonna have to just. I'll
Your
give it.
Song, our both our song differences are just so funny to me.
I know.
You're
I think-
I like the song "Dying."
Yeah, I think overall I'll give it to the Dying Song by Slipknot.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And then Game of the Year, this one's kind of like, this one's one we didn't really know because, like, for example, me, I didn't play none of the games of the year that would be on a typical list, such as,
Yeah.
like, God of War, Ragnarok, Elden Ring I do have on my list to play, but I already know when I start playing that game, I'm going to spend, like, 400 hours in that game.
Mhm.
Another game, Stray, is like a game where you could play as a cat. That was another good game of the year I didn't play. What's the newest one that came out? High on Life. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
surprisingly good game. Not really game of the year type game, but it's a surprisingly good game of this year.
Yeah.
I started playing, so that's a good game. But overall, I'm going to give my game of the year to a game, again, the theme of the episode, that I was late to the party, and I just started playing this year, and I realized it's probably the best game I ever played was Fallout 4.
Nice.
That's my game of the year. What about you?
I'm gonna say Overwatch 2 because I do play games here and there, but the most played game I would say for me is gonna be Overwatch, even before 2 came out. So
Yeah, and that's a good point, like, to put Overwatch on this, because that's like a, what people may consider like a FPS game or a,
Mhm.
DPS game.
yeah,
Frames per second or damage per second, type of game where it's like a multiplayer online. You don't really see games like that on people's list because, like, that's, people want to put, like, games, like I said, Stray, God of War, on the games that you'll play one time, maybe two, maybe you'll do a third playthrough if you're really crazy about it, but then you're never going to play it again.
yeah.
Unless you, like, want to, or on a throwback kick. No one really ever pays attention to, like, the Overwatches, the Fortnites, the, War Zones, Apex Legends. Those are all games that have been around for years and probably
Mhm.
going to be around for a lot more years to come. So that's good. You put on your list there.
Yeah.
So there needs to be a spotlight on those types of games because they don't get the credit they deserve sometimes just because they're always around.
Yeah, it's true, but that's the type of gamer that I am. We were just having this conversation, like, I don't mind getting into games that have like storylines and like you have to, do it a certain way or there's like multiple ways to do it, whichever one. But I like a game that I can just, like with Overwatch, like if I just am in the mood to play video games,
Just jump in.
just jump right in and it's kind of new every time. I like the shooting type of games and I like the I guess you could say like the competitive type of games
the competitive
too.
element to
So
it.
yeah, that's why definitely Overwatch is. Oh, I think Overwatch will always be one of my favorites until another one comes along that takes that spot. But
Yeah.
Overwatch for me.
Nice. Okay, and finishing up our list here in the last two, because we are comedy fans, what was your comedy special of the year?
I'm gonna say Mom Jeans.
Ooh,
Christina Pajitsky.
yeah. I don't think I saw that special. I need to catch up and watch that
No,
special.
I
Well, you
watched it
did.
because it was more around like being mom and stuff. Now I need to go back and rewatch it.
Oh wow, that's true.
Yeah.
And that's funny because I didn't see that special, and I don't think you I showed you clips, but you didn't see
Yeah.
my favorite comedy special of the year.
Mhm.
I don't even know if I can say this on YouTube. Is Ari Shafir's Jew.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
on YouTube. If you're listening to this on an audio app, I just go check it out. And then if you're listening to this or if you're watching this on YouTube, simple. When you're done with this, not now, when you're done with this episode, go
Don't
check
leave
out.
now. Wait.
Yeah, go check out Ari Shafir Jew if you like comedy, because that's like my favorite type of comedy. It's like I love the type of comedy where like you're laughing, but then you're also learning something at the same time.
Yes.
And that's basically what it's revolved around his Jewish
Yes.
upbringing and culture. So it's like in the comedy aspect of that culture, and so it's like you're learning stuff, and then you're laughing at the same time. And then he even brings the different elements of different religions and different cultures and how they view and vice versa.
Yeah.
So
another thing that's important to me with comedy specials that I could say something about Jew too is because with his special, I liked the way he had it set up, like with all of the candles.
the
background
backdrop.
candles, like that matters, like when you're watching a special, because it kind of like it gets you more into it. And then for me, one of the main things that I remember about Mom Jeans was her outfit. She had like this super custom made outfit that was just like, I found myself like listening to her at the same time, but also looking at like the aspects of what she was wearing. Super cool.
Yeah, the aesthetics
Yes.
does bring a lot to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. And then of course our moment of the year, which was the one thing we both agreed on in this list. You can go ahead and say it.
Yeah, it was cool. Of course, the moment we found out we were pregnant.
Yep.
Here in 2022. So
the best moment, our best personal moment of 2022.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So cool.
Oh yes, and then the year's over.
I know.
Can't believe it.
Do you have like any New Year's resolutions or?
Not really. Just get my shit together.
Me either.
Just get ready for the baby.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Try and learn. I have we both have a few months to learn how to be like the best mom, the best dad. So I think that's what I'll spend the first few months doing, and then actually getting to put it into place when she's here in May.
Yeah.
So
and then as far as this podcast goes, we are normally when we take a hiatus, we don't really announce it because it just happens, but we do have to announce we will take a little time off.
Yeah.
For probably till the end of January, early February, we will be back. But we got some changes in the works that we have been talking about the past few episodes. Turns out, procrastination doesn't really, it affects us greatly. So we still got to put some time in our changes. We got to make sure we work out all the kinks before we come back. But we will be back. But don't worry, because we got 99 episodes you can go back on and watch if you're bummed about us taking a little break. Go back and watch. We got 99 episodes.
Yep.
Please watch one.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah. You got that.
So hopefully we'll come back on the other side with some good changes and
episode 100, big milestone.
Yeah, huge milestone, and with episode 100 is going to come a refresher of sorts. So be on the lookout. Keep your eye on that. And we'll see you on the other side.
Yeah.
What do you got to say, babe? Take us out.
Oh my God. I hope everybody has a great new year. 2023, I know this is so cliche to say because everyone says it, but 2023 is everybody's year. Make it a good one.
Oh yes. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.